had an amazing win after doing a one-on-one session with Meir.
I just completed a 7-day seminar. It was the most amazing week of my entire life.
Okay, so I just did my 4th seminar with Meir. Quite incredible.
This was the best webinar I've ever been on. I've handled an issue that I've been carrying with me for 10 years.
It's improved relationship with my husband, with my children.
Another valuable coaching session with Meir. It's really incredible to have somebody with you on your side.
Thank you so much, Meir, for that amazing reawakening.
If anyone follows even a bit of what he's been saying, it's going to be a different life for them.
Meir has taught such hugely valuable information to me. He really is truly a world expert in what he does.
Join this program, the value is just like wow.
From session 1, it was boom, boom, boom.
Be a part of the classes that Meir teaches. It is absolutely incredible.
I love you, Meir, and I love you, Guaranteed Prosperity.
Thank you so much for all that you do.
You go from here, but automatically through the ceiling.
You need to get into the class. Come join. It starts with you.
We just finished a great, amazing seminar, and so many barriers inside of me shattered.
There is free happiness, free success, and lots of money coming your way. So come to the seminar.
Okay, so hello everyone. So let's start. Each understanding is a piece of the puzzle on the map that leads to you. July 2nd, 2025, and we are starting. Here we go, agreements. No recording, please. Nothing I said today is true unless, of course, it is true for you. Don't let me move from point A to point B before you understand point A. It's almost something that I shouldn't say, but apparently people are afraid to ask or ashamed or feeling uncomfortable. If you have questions, use the chat and ask me questions. All I teach is simple, since the end result of complication is unworkability. And most importantly, you're not a spectator in the class, you are a participant, a partaker. I'm expecting you to participate in the chat. You'll get results only if you participate. We're going to learn applicable knowledge, and the purpose is results, not thinking. Do we have an agreement? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move to Zoom. Okay, we are on Zoom. So we are starting. So we had the agreements. We went through the agreements, and this is really a special webinar. It's a special webinar. I want you to participate. It's extremely important that you participate. Otherwise, you will really not get as much. Do we have an agreement that you're going to participate? Excellent. Deal. Very nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Your life. We're going to talk about your life. Okay. You can't live a non-productive life and expect to have a great character. You can't live a non-productive life and expect to have a great character. If you look around, you'll see that those people that are not admirable are also not productive. True or false? You can't carry bad character and expect a happy life. So if you are not productive, you're going to have a bad character. And if you have a bad character, you will not have a happy life. Because unhappiness destroys production. Unhappiness destroys production, and lack of production destroys character. It is a downward spiral. So if you are not productive, and productive mean actually getting exchange, for your results. If you're not happy, you need to know it's just a big sign that says I'm not productive. And if you're not productive, regardless of what you think about yourself, you're destroying your own character. You cannot have a great character, an unproductive life, and you cannot be happy. So you have to really force yourself to produce. You need to learn how to produce. And without learning how to produce, without learning how to bring about results, you will destroy your character. You will hate yourself. You will have an unhappy life, and it will get worse and worse and worse. It's a downward spiral. Unhappiness kills action. The point is that the more you are not productive, the less you get exchange for your products, the worse is your character. You'll get upset with your wife, upset with your husband. You'll have an unhappy relationships, which will again destroy the production, and you will go down, and you will not be able to act because unhappiness kills action. And you will say, I don't have energy, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but actually, you're not productive. Now, inaction kills responsibility. When you are inactive, you are irresponsible, you are not ethical. That's why you are not happy, because the being is natively ethical. And when you don't actually act, when you don't produce, you become unhappy, unethical, irresponsible. And soon there's nothing left of you but the dust of you should have been. If you find yourself with big dreams that never materialized, that's what happened. You are non-productive. You destroy your character. You become unhappy. You did less. You acted less. You become even less responsible. And all you see is dust of who you should have been. So if someone producing result but not taking exchange, it's not result. Production without exchange is not result. Product is exchange, and exchange is product. You need to disabuse yourself that help is giving without getting anything back. Helping without getting anything back is not helping, it's destroying. It's the most destructive, covert form of really destroying beings. A non-productive life is the birthplace of weakness. A non-productive life is the birthplace of weakness, of low responsibility, of bad or no decisions, and is always accompanied with the shame, blame, and pain of bad results. It all starts with non-productive life, and the non-productive life is a non-productive life because of one reason. There is one reason why will you become non-productive. Look at every inheritance case, every trust fund story, and you will find the same thing. Every time you see a person that was born with a golden spoon in his mouth, every time that you find a family that really love the children and they want to help them, but destroy them because they don't ask for anything in return, they don't demand productivity. And in every one of those cases, you find a weak person, a mentally destroyed person, a person who couldn't build, couldn't create. Sure, that person inherited money. but they never earn strength. They are weak, they are useless. Because happiness isn't found in receiving things. Happiness isn't found in receiving things. Many people get things, they get not what they want, and they are not, and they wonder what they think they're unhappy because they got not what they want. They're unhappy because they wanted to receive things instead of creating things, instead of being productive. Yeah. It is found only in production, in overcoming barriers, in exchanging with life for life. It is found in climbing the mountain, not standing at the top for a photo. When you expect the universe to give you a thing, you are going to die. And this universe, in this society, everyone is waiting for the universe to give them thing. No wonder everyone is unhappy. No wonder everyone is depressed. The universe is a dead thing. It's dead, it's stones, it's metal, it's dead things. How can something dead will be more alive than you? How can something dead will give you something? It is totally a misleading concept that make everyone into effect, make everyone into sitting there waiting to receive. It's really amazing. Getting to the top is not real. Climbing to the top, facing the challenge, that's the thrill. Yet everyone trying to have no problems. Everyone cannot face problems. Are you with me? Great, excellent. To live, you must realize it is never about the pursuit of happiness. You don't want to be happy. That's not the purpose. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It was always about the happiness of the pursuit. Are you with me? Totally different, totally the opposite. But people, they get confused, very confused. Some say it is not the journey, it's this destination. And others say it's not the destination, it is the journey. The truth is, both are lost. Because it was never about either. It was never about either. It's not that it's either not the journey, it's the destination, or it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's something else. What it is about? What do you think it is about? What do you think life is all about? Help. What you creating, helping, yes. Anna creating, yes. Carmela creating, helping, yes. The happiness of the pursuit, yes. Creating, getting the effect of the creation, yes. Overcoming, stop, yes. Less criticism, yes. Helping, overcoming barriers, yes, yes. This is all very, very true. It is all very, very true. But I want to give it to you from a different viewpoint, okay? It is about who you choose to become so you can do what it takes on the journey towards the destination. So really what it is, you've got the cycle of action, as you know, which is start, change, and stop. And start is the be, the beingness. Change is the doingness. And stop is what you have, okay? So when you plan what you want to have, and then you figure out what you need to do, and then you need to become someone that love. You need to make yourself fall in love with what you need to do, and so you will have something of value. Everyone with me? So it is about who you choose to become, so you can do what it takes on the journey towards the destination, what you want to have. Make sense? Yeah. Very good. Who you choose to become defines the barriers you'll overcome. And hence, the result you'll produce and the value you bring to those you choose. So, really amazing. Who you choose to become, you choose to become someone. You have a viewpoint. You take on a viewpoint. This is who you choose to become. You just take on a viewpoint. You just decide, this is what I can. It is totally just an assumption of viewpoint. So who you choose to become, you totally choose it. It's a decision. And you need to learn how to make this decision. That's why we're going to do this seminar in Canada, because you will need to learn how to make this decision. So who you choose to become define the barriers. It defines how much you are going to tackle, what barriers you love and what you consider is a problem. Are you with me? Problem is something that you say, no, I don't want to touch. And barriers is something that you know you can overcome. So who you choose to become, define the barriers. Define the barriers. Define how many mountains, the size of the mountain that you can move. And hence, the results you'll produce. And that actions will define how much you can produce. And the value you'll bring to those you choose. The barriers are defined by the beingness. You don't define the barriers. Who you choose to become defines the barriers. Can you see, Kapil? You don't choose the barriers, you choose the beingness. You see that if you're a coward, your barriers will be anything that will overwhelm you. That's what you choose to become. If you're unethical, you choose accidents, sickness, disasters. That who you choose to become unethical will bring the actions that you'll need to take. Are you with me? Now, the beingness that you choose, because there's no future, there's no past, there's now. The beingness of who you choose to become. And you choose it every second. It's never on automatic. You cannot choose to be a pilot and say, okay, fine, I'm a pilot, and that's it. Go to the airplane and become a drunk. You're not a pilot anymore. Are you with me? So who you choose to become defines the barriers you will overcome, and hence the results you will produce, and the value you'll bring to those you choose. It defines how much you give to life versus how much you just take. Should it be our great goal that defines barriers? So the goal is something, and who defined the goal? And what is a goal? You will see that if we look at goals, if this is start, change, stop, this is be, do, and this is have, okay? You'll see that this is a goal, this is the purpose, and this is the product. So it's not the goal that defines what it is, it's the beingness, who you choose to become, who you are. And yes, you define goals, you define purposes, you bring about the product. Everyone with me? It defines how much you give to life versus how much you just take. When you sit there, like the average man in the street, and pray for the best or hope for the best, when you sit there and hope that the physical universe will give you something, When you sit there and do what you can, not what's needed, you give to life less than what you take, so you fail. When you give to life less than what you take, you fail. When you give to life more than what you take, you succeed. When you give to life less than what you take, you are depressed. You are unhappy. You are not proud. But when you give much more than you take, if you are a Nobel Prize winner, you give to life more than you took. Are you with me? In your relationship, in your family, if you give to your family more than what you took, you are proud of yourself. If not, you are sorry. You regret. Regret only means I gave less than I took. Any regret, even if the regret is justified by, look what he did to me. No one can do anything to you. It defines you. It defines you. This viewpoint that you take, it defines you. How much you give to life versus how much you take defines you. Are you a Nobel Prize winner or are you a cheater? Yes. It's not about doing what you want or what you feel good or what feels good or what's possible from your limited view. It is about falling in love. It is about making yourself fall in love with what must be done, with what will bring the result, no matter the fun. Most of the people say, well, I'm tired. I don't feel like going to the gym. Oh, I'm hungry. I have to eat. Oh, I'm afraid. I cannot do that. Oh, it's too difficult. Oh, all day long, they're slave to the feelings. They worship feelings instead of realizing that feelings is much like a car, it's something that you have. It's not you. Are you with me? You create your own feelings. It belongs to you. You are not supposed to be the slave of your feelings. And in this society, everyone is slave to their feeling. Oh, I'm hungry. I have to eat. Yes, a real challenge. A real challenge if you don't know. If you didn't learn, if you don't learn the actual knowledge that you need in order to put you in control over the situation, even God will not help you. And believe me, he tries. Believe me, he tries. It is the results that count. It is the results that last. Life is what you make it to be. Always has been and always will be. Some people look and try to understand why. Why is it happening? How? I, on the other hand, love to dream of new things, things that have never before been tried or realized, and ask, why not? This is me. This is my viewpoint. Ask, why not? Yes. And the beauty is, there's nothing to it. The beauty is, there is nothing to it. When it's difficult, when it's complicated, when it's confusing, it is because you actively making it so. Natively, everything is simple. So today, I invite you to choose, to decide, easy or great. I invite you to come to a seminar in Canada and It's not easy, but it will make you great. It's expensive, but it will make you rich. It's a lot of work, but it will make you mighty. And you need to decide, what do you want? Easy or great? The easy part feels less painful, but you will suffer forever. The easy part it just feels less painful. But the truth is, you will suffer forever. It is doing the minimum, doing what you can, what you must, prioritizing the now over the future, meaning you do what's feel good now and never mind the future. Right now it's good to eat, so you eat and you become fat. But your future is full with disease and problems. Not going to the gym now, you're prioritizing now because now you are tired, but you are not thinking about the future. You are not actually using your body. Lying now over confronting telling the truth right now. Because if you lie now, you're prioritizing now what she or he will feel right now, but goodbye to your future. Loving the past, and by that becoming insane. Working for your feelings and desires, not pride, nothing that lasts. So when you take the easy route, it is doing the minimum, doing what you can, what you must, prioritizing the now over the future, loving the past, working for your feelings and desires, no pride, nothing that lasts. So far, so good. Everyone with me? Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. The hard part, on the other hand, it will break you, no doubt, but never to your knees. The hard part, it will break you, no doubt, but never to your knees. It will strip you down. It will test your mind, your will, you all, the soul. It will really push you to almost the limit. But then, if you will continue on the given course, it will build you up, stronger than you ever been. And you will become forever exactly who you are proud to be. And you will know, and you will see that when life isn't hard, it simply isn't life. This is the truth. When life isn't hard, it simply isn't life. And if you don't get it from the beginning, and if you start to set yourself up with some kind of a stupid goal that says, I want an Instagram life, believe me, you're setting yourself up to failure. You need to be ready. You need to be ready. Life, if you really take the hard way, which means if you actually live life, it will break you, no doubt, but never to your knees. If you take the easy part, you are always on your knees. Always. Are you with me? The easy part, you are always on your knees. Yes. It will strip you down. It will test your mind, your will, you all, the soul. It really push you to the limit. But then it will build you up stronger than you'll ever been. And you will become forever exactly who you are proud to be. And you will know, and you will see that when life isn't hard, it simply isn't life. Life is life only when it is challenging and hard. Life, when it is truly life, makes you more than life. You don't expect anything from life. You give to life and take nothing. And only then will you be proud. You won't find pride in money. You'll find pride in becoming one of a kind. You are not like the physical universe. You are the creator of the physical universe. And so you are one of the kind. The creator is always one of the kind. The kind that does what it takes, not what is possible, not what's comfortable, but what's required. No ifs, no buts. This is what it requires to live. But it is impossible without knowledge. And the beauty is there's one thing that you need to learn. Only one thing. Only one thing. And if you learn this one thing, you are there. You can confront life. You can take the hard part and become proud and rich in the process easily. Might not build in your biceps or frame. It is built in discipline, in showing up again and again. It is in falling in love with what must get done, with the weight, with the pain, till the day is won. Loving the struggle, embracing the fight, lifting, pushing deep into the night. That's what it takes. That's what brings about might. If I need to sleep 2 hours per day, I sleep 2 hours per day. If I need to sit and work and work and work for days, that's what I do. Thank you, Bill. Even when tired, hungry, near done, you raise. And you live till all battles are won. Just like the weight in the gym won't get light, you just get stronger. Life never get easier. You just grow mightier year after year. But only if you take the hard part. Only if you take the hard part. And you cannot take the hard part if you are not 100% committed to investing in you, to learning. Cannot. It's impossible. You'll try to save money. You'll try to not spend, but you will spend all the money that you never make. Because the weight of life is problems, you see. And your true strength is called responsibility. The weight of life is problems, you see. And your true strength is called responsibility. That's your true strength. So learn it, know it, wear it with pride. As for those who do this, there is no dream denied, no storm they can't ride. Welcome to, yes, it is wow. Welcome to the magic you didn't know you have. The fastest, simplest solution to all your problems, guaranteed. There is one way to restore the magic you didn't know you have, to restore the powers you didn't know you have. And all those Marvel movies, they're talking about this power that people just get. It's not just something that has been invented. You all have this magic. It happens many times, or it happens all the time in the past, in where you came from. It happens regularly that you restore the magic you have. But you need to learn what prevents you from having this magic. And this is what the seminar in Canada is all about. And what we're doing here is I'm starting to give you the viewpoint that will help you to raise above all the stops. And here we go. Are you responsible? Just have a look for a second and just look for yourself. Are you responsible? Not fully, yes, Bridget. Very, very smart and very honest. Very responsible, actually. Only a fraction of what I could. Jessica, yes, not fully. Very smart. Sometimes, yes. Not enough at all. Partially. Very nice, very nice. This is a very unique group of people that actually coming to those seminars or this webinar, in any webinar that I deliver, and the difference between you and others, you realize that something can be done about it. So you're not just defending yourself and saying, no, I'm perfect and I'm responsible, but you know that you can be more responsible. You can be more. You didn't give up yet. Exactly. Yes, this is a unique, very, very unique group. You don't just sit and say, oh, I'm waiting for the universe to give me. I'm not looking for a sign or for something. Actually, no, I need to raise my responsibility. And I will give to the universe. Yes. So, before we even start, let's define what is a problem. Okay, let's define what is a problem. What do you think is a problem? What is a problem? What do you think is a problem? Force counter for something you consider you can't do anything about. Yes, something you consider you can't overcome. Very smart. Yes. The situation that requires more of me. Yes. Very good. Very good. As I said, exceptionally special group. Especially special group. So let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. A Jewish man once approached the rabbi and asked, Rabbi, is it okay if I smoke while praying in the synagogue? The rabbi replied firmly, absolutely not. Now, respecting the rabbi answer, the man went to the synagogue to pray. But during the service, he noticed another man standing nearby, smoking while praying. Shocked, he approached the man and said, hey, you're not allowed to smoke during the praying. I specifically asked the rabbi, and he said no. The other man smiled and replied, really? That's strange. I asked the rabbi too, and he gave me permission. Confused and frustrated, the first man went back to the rabbi, angry and demanding an explanation. The rabbi calmly said, you see, you asked me if it is okay to smoke during prayer, and I correctly told you no. He asked me if it is okay to pray even while he's smoking, and I, of course, said yes. Now, what can you learn from this story? Viewpoint, yes. Perspective, yes. Ask the right question. Ask a better question. Wow, knowing the purpose. He gave the answer based on their responsibility level. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is a problem? A problem isn't something that just appears out of nowhere. Do you agree with that? The problem is not something that just happened to you. It doesn't just appear from nowhere. It is the physical, emotional, or mental manifestation of something you kept refusing to take responsibility for. If you have a problem It is just a physical, emotional, or mental manifestation of something you kept refusing to take responsibility for. It's basically the sign that tell you the source of your destroyed life is there. Problem just telling you, look, this is where you need to take responsibility. And what you usually do, you find who to blame. You say it's happened because. It's only happened because of you. Are you with me? So a problem is something you kept refusing to take responsibility for. So what is responsibility? What is responsibility? A problem is something you didn't take responsibility for. What is responsibility? Making something your own, saying I did it, being cause, ability to respond, the ability to be cause of a thing's excellent, confronting it, acknowledgement of owning the effect, yes. Very good, being willing to cause. Okay, let's have a look at a little bit of a different viewpoint on responsibility. What you said is true. I'm not saying that it's not true. It's true and it's accurate. I want just to give you a different viewpoint, okay? Just to looking at that from a different angle. You were never given a problem. You were never given a problem. You created it by action, by inaction, by attention, or by neglect. So you're never given a problem. You're creating it either by specific action, you took drugs, or inaction, you didn't tell the truth, or by attention, you made something big or small by your attention, or by neglect. You know that you need to pay the bill, but you didn't pay the bill. By pushing it away, blaming others, dramatizing it, or simply leaving it unhandled. So a problem you create either by pushing it away. So I don't want to be in relationship with you. Pushing it away. Blaming others, it is your fault. Dramatizing it, you did it to me, I will do it to you. Or simply leaving it unhandled, ignoring everything around you. That's how you create a problem. So far, so good? And in that way, you kept breathing life into it. So anything you push away, anything you blame, anything you dramatize, anything you leave unhandled, this is the way for you to breathe life into it. And we'll understand it within a second a little bit more. Responsibility isn't something you go out and do. This is really something to understand. Responsibility is not something that you do. It's not a special task. It's not a project you start. Responsibility is your natural state. Responsibility is the condition you fall back into the moment you stop creating irresponsibility. So you cannot bring about responsibility, you can bring about irresponsibility. And the moment that you stop creating irresponsibility, you're responsible. The moment that you stop pushing it away, blaming others, dramatizing it, or simply leaving it unhandled, you cannot help it. You come to your native state, which is responsible. But most of the people think that responsibility is something you need to work on. No. That's the mistake. That's why you become responsible and you acting irresponsibly. You become natively. This is your native state. Responsibility is your native state. Are you with me? So you don't need to actually do something specific In order to become responsible, you just need to make sure that you're not becoming irresponsible. And here is the simple truth about responsibility and problems. Okay? This is a totally different viewpoint. You understand? If you look at responsibility as something that is the normal, you are breathing, it's normal. If you stop breathing, it's not abnormal, it's irresponsible. Someone choke you. Someone choke you is being, you are responsible, you're being choked. Are you with me? Otherwise, you simply breathe. There's nothing. It's just a normal thing. It requires no effort. It requires nothing. So here is the simple truth about responsibility and problem. What does the word irresponsible, IR, what's the IR in irresponsibility stand for? Not, lacking, not sure, not. Okay. Irrelevant, that's excellent. Reverse, absent, excellent, excellent. Very good invented definition. The IR in irresponsibility stand for incomplete. How do you make the spirit, which is nothing, to become incomplete? How do you make this thing that is you, that is nothing, yes? How do you make it incomplete? You make sure that it will think that it needs something. Are you with me? You become irresponsible when you don't give, when you don't create, but you need to get. Are you with me? You are to blame. I need your agreement that you are to blame. Look what you have done to me. I need your agreement to say that you have done it to me. Are you with me? And that's no coincidence, because any idea why it's not coincident? Why it's incomplete? Because you're creating it, yes, almost. We are perfect, yes. Because you are not viewing the whole picture, yes. Because we believe the lies, yes, yes, yes. Because irresponsibility is an action. So it's incomplete because irresponsibility is an action. It's an action that you still didn't do. It's an open cycle. You are in the start, change, and you never got to the stop. And this is where most people are, and this is why you are fully irresponsible. You are not completing the cycle. And there's one specific cycle that you fail to complete because you don't know, you don't understand it. And so the more you live, the worse you get. The more you live, the worse you get. An ongoing effort to remain incomplete. Irresponsibility is an ongoing effort, is an action to remain incomplete, to withhold completion of the cycle, to avoid completion of the cycle, to neglect completion of cycle. Capable is able to do, or able to achieve. Responsibility, on the other hand, is a state. So irresponsibility is an action, and responsibility is a state. Everyone with me? Incredible, yes. So what state? What state? What is this state that I'm talking about? When I say responsibility, on the other hand, is a state. So irresponsibility is an action, and responsibility, on the other hand, is a state. Exactly, Margaret, exactly, Shamaya. It is your native state. This is you. You don't need to do anything. When you are irresponsible, you are actively destroying. You knowingly, actively destroying. You say, I don't know, but you do know. You say, I cannot, but of course you can. You say, this is what you feel, but of course you're creating your feelings. You say, that's what I want, but you create your wants and don't wants. Are you with me? You say, I don't know, but of course you know. This is your native state. It is not something you earn. It is who you really are. It is being source and cause over everything and nothing. It is being source and cause over start and stop and anything in between, over everyone, over everything, everywhere and nowhere, anytime. And it contains no effort at all. So the moment that you find yourself being under pressure, having effort, you need to know, irresponsible. It tells you effort, uncomfortable effort, unwillingness to experience the effort is an indication of irresponsibility. It is possible only when you are the real you. And here is the real key. The moment you stop creating the problem, it fades, it dissolves, it disappears. Like morning fog when the sun appears. It doesn't get resolved, it goes away. The fog doesn't get resolved, it disappears. It's just a fog. All your problems are just fogs. If you actually stop creating them, if you stop being irresponsible, incomplete, if you will start closing your cycles of actions, and one cycle in particular, you'll see it was always just a fog. Nothing more than a fog. But your problems look very thick to you. They look real because you are irresponsible. You are not completing what you're supposed to complete. And it's so bad that today, 99.99999% of the people don't even know that what they're supposed to complete. Crazy, yes. So what is a problem? What is a problem? So a problem is not some random force that attacks you. It is the exact manifestation of something you refuse to take responsibility for. It's the exact manifestation of something you refuse to take responsibility for. Sitting here laughing, looking at all my completed cycles surrounding me. Exactly. Very well done for confronting it. Now, this is the problem with problems. This is the problem with problems. How do you stop being irresponsible? So you need to learn what is the basic cycle you need to close. And this is what we are going to cover in Canada. But this seminar, this webinar here also will help you. So here is the problem with problems. A problem is a broken have. A problem is just a broken have, you know. Too much of what you had to have on a show. A problem is just a broken have. You're just unwilling to have it, so you cannot close the cycle of action. So a problem is a manifestation of unwillingness to complete the cycle of action, which bring about irresponsibility, which bring about a broken have. You will have everything you don't want, and you will not have what you want. You will have a lot, too much of what you hate, too much of what you have, and you will not have what you want to have. So a problem is just a broken have, Too much of what you have to have on show, and far too little of what you crave. That's how a problem becomes a broken have. You know that I'm saying again and again and again that your problem is not that you don't know. Your problem is that you know wrong. Knowing wrong is a broken have. How do you know that you know wrong? You believe, you're sure, 100 million% that your viewpoint is correct. You are unwilling to experience other viewpoints. Broken have. A broken have, a problem, is what you get when you uncontrollably resist loving what you need to do in order to have what you should have. So if you don't make yourself love what you need to do in order to have what you should have, you will end up with a problem. A broken have, a problem, is what you get when you uncontrollably resist loving. Instead of loving, you hate. Instead of loving, you delay. Instead of loving, you don't want to experience it. You resist loving what you need to do in order to have what you should have. So you think, well, I want to have that, but I resist doing it. I don't like doing it. I want a beautiful body, but I don't love to go to the gym. So I go to the gym, but I don't enjoy it, or I don't go to the gym at all. And so what you'll have is a broken have. You will injure yourself. You'll have an accident. You will have a broken have. That is incredible. Wow. I find it hard to love what I need to do when I had doing certain things. Yes. How do I force myself? You really, really, really have to be in this seminar. It will show you how to close cycles of action. It will show you how to unclutter your mind and so your environment. It will put you back in control, like you used to be, because you used to be in control before you started to have the broken have. Now, what's defined the size of the problem? What's defined the size of your problem? How big is the problem? How big is your problem? What defines the size of the problem? Because one person can look at the problem and he can say, sneeze and it's done. And another person thinks it's totally unconfrontable. How irresponsible you are, your viewpoint, how much you justify it, your viewpoint, the degree of resistance from me. But why will you resist? What defines the size of the problem? How long the cycle is open for? The level of responsibility, yes. Your problems grow with the energy you give. They never just happen. They are made to the degree that you don't live. The size of your problem indicates the size of the lack of life you give, how much you are not actually living. Yes, you are not buried, but you are not alive. If you are really sick, let's say you have cancer, that's the size of your problem. This is the energy you give. You have cancer, this is the energy you're giving to. And it's not just happening. You make it to the degree that you don't live. Why will you give energy to the cancer? Because you don't give the energy to something pro-survival. You understand? The energy is the law of conservation of energy. It's either go towards the cancer or towards building the new building or the new business or the new game. Are you with me? So what I'm teaching you is not something just nice to have. It's not causing you to feel good. It's actually have to do with your forever. You need to learn what is this thing that you need to close and how to close it, and why will you destroy yourself? Problem. They linger, they magnify, they endlessly inflate, all tied to how long you refuse understanding, refuse your native state. You're actually refusing your native state. Your native state is responsibility, and you refuse responsibility. You do actions to become incomplete. It is so insane, it is so under control that it will take us at least a week to reverse the dwindling spiral in this area. So now, the real question is, what is the missing piece? What is the thing that leaves you incomplete, irresponsible, in pain, and far from your native state? Communication. What is it? But you are communicating, Anthony. Is there anyone here that don't communicate? Breaks in understanding, inability to duplicate. Okay, but you don't, there's a lot of things that you do understand, a lot of things that you do duplicate. Unwillingness to close cycles. Okay, but why? Create communication, communicate software skill. Yes, misunderstood words. Okay, but you know about misunderstood words. So there couldn't be such a problem if you know. Why your native state, it's when you say me, I'm fully responsible. So it's obviously me plus something, because you alone is responsible. It's not you. This thing of saying, oh, it's me, yeah, you are causing it, but the moment that you're causing it, you become you plus something. It's not actually you. That's the problem. If I will take only you, you cannot make a bad decision. You cannot be irresponsible. Do you understand the concept? When someone says, oh, it's me, what they actually mean, it's me plus something that is not me, because you are perfect. Otherwise, how would you even know that you are irresponsible? You will not know what to compare it to. Are you with me? What it is, that if you truly had it, you'd be complete, powerful, omnipotent, omniscient, one that knows all, that one that have the most amount of power, or in short, fully return to your native state. What is this thing that missing, or that you need to have or not have? What is it? Not living from the spirit. Okay. So where is the spirit is not a position, so you cannot live from the spirit. Full responsibility. Okay, but this is full responsibility is native. Love, Sergey, very nice. Okay. Let's have a look. The truth about problems and responsibility. To discover the source of your incompleteness, let's run the following process. We are going to do a process now that will really help you. Okay? If you fully do it with honesty and intention, you will uncover the first key insight you need to claim. But you need to do only that. You cannot answer your phones while I'm asking you. You cannot look at chat. You cannot do anything. You need to be 100% with me. And I'm going to ask you questions, and you need to be on the chat, really active in the chat. And if you actually put your attention on the drill, you will see, you will have a magic that will already help you a lot. It's not the full handling, but it's definitely going to give you a major cognition, a wow. Okay. So if you fully do it with honesty and intention, if you don't just try to look good, but to do good, you'll uncover the first key insight you need to claim on your road back to you. And here is the drill. Here is the drill. I want you to take a moment, confront, and find out and share what you have found in the chat. So this is the first thing that I want you to do. Do you sometimes feel nervous or tense around certain people, whether at work or in your personal life? Okay. Good. Excellent. With who? Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Why is it happening? Fear? Fear of what? Hiding something, withholds something that I did against them. So have a look for specifically why. Because to say sins is good, but it's not specific, yes? Okay, wonderful. Okay, very good. Let's have a look. Do employees, clients, friends, or family members sometimes drive you crazy or just annoy you and drag you into conversations that don't benefit you? Sometimes, yes. Yes. Very good. Why is it happening? Why someone can drive you crazy? Yes. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, from 1 to 100, how would you rate your concentration level? In other words, how strong is your ability to stay focused and keep moving on a chosen course without getting distracted or derailed? 30, 40, 75, 40, 30. Okay, very good. If your answer is above 20, you will make at least $250,000 per year in the US. If it is above 50, if it's a 50 and above, you'll make at least $1 million per year in the US. Your bank account will give you this number. Your bank account is actually the measurement for how much you can keep on a given course. Most of the people start to do an action and they get upset, they get distracted, they stop. They cannot complete the cycle of action. And money is the result of completed cycles of actions. When you criticize someone, what you do, you open a cycle of action that stay open forever, because now you're waiting for him to accept that he is bad, and he will never accept that he is bad. So now you have an open cycle of action, so you don't have income. Are you with me? If you don't have money, if you don't have what you want to have, your rate of concentration is low. Do you find it difficult to run meeting or participate effectively in discussions? Let's modify a little bit the question. Do you find it difficult to run meeting or participate effectively in discussions with your spouse, with your parents, with your body, with your past? Now, who in your past had this kind of reactions like you have? Who in your past have reaction like the one you just looked at? Your parents, yes. Mom, mother, my mom, grandpa, mom, family. Now you need to realize that children love the parents so much that even if they say they hate them, they will act exactly like them. But when they say they hate them, they will act exactly like them in a destructive way. And when they say they love them, they will act exactly like them, but in constructive way. Are you with me? So anything you do has a value, end up with a value. The value is defined by your viewpoint. If you decide that you love, if you make yourself love what you're going to do, I love my parents, you will do the most weird or bad things they do, but you will bring good value. But if you decide that you hate your parents, you'll do the most amazing thing that they do, and you bring destruction. So it is your viewpoint, not the action, that bring the results. Your viewpoint, not the mechanism of the physical universe that define how much money you have. It is the viewpoint. Can you make yourself fall in love that define what you will have? Because if you're going to work and you hate your work, you hate your job, you'll bring distraction. But if you go and do the same kind of work and you love the work, you'll bring construction. When I was young, after the army, I was looking for a job, and I found this old guy that my job was to take care of him, okay? And I obviously decided that I'm going to love this work. I made myself love this work. Now, the work included cleaning his ass. He had he couldn't control his shitting and peeing and everything, and I needed to clean it. And before that day that I decided that I love it, my own shit was disgusting for me. I couldn't think about it. But the moment that I decided this is my job, I'm going to love it, there was nothing more beautiful than cleaning him and seeing the joy and the pride that he have, that I actually admire everything about him. He just knew that this thing is the least thing in my life that's important. And I loved what I was doing so much. I was paid only to take care of him, but I started to fix the lights and fix the plumbing and fix the electricity and fix that and clean and paint on my own account. I went out the geyser broke down. I went out and I bought all the parts and I fixed the geyser. It cost more or less half of my salary for that month. And I was just, I loved what I'm doing. And as if I love, I want to give. So I gave and I did and I did and I did and I did. And I didn't know that the son of this guy was one of the richest person in this city. One of the richest person in the city, if not the richest person. And he came to me one day and says, look, I want you to train someone to replace you. And I said, okay, no problem. I didn't think that I didn't do a bad or I didn't do a good job or something like that. He asked me and I thought, this is what's needed. I'm going to love to train someone else. And I started to train someone else to do this job and show them what I've done and how I worked on my viewpoint, that I love it. And I created this another person that really loved this guy. And the son of this guy, once I come to him and I said, okay, good, this guy is trained, but we don't need two people here. One person is more than enough. So if you want me to go, I have another job. I already looked for another job. I'm ready to take another job. And he told me, no, silly. I'm going to give you a whole factory to manage, one of his factories that's failing, that I know with your magic touch, with your care, you will recover. And indeed, I took this factory from being a major loss for him, turned it around and made tons of money, like a lot of money. And I was, I think, something like 26. Why? Because I made myself love the cleaning of the shit of this guy. And part of this, if I love, I want to do everything. So I fixed and I cleaned, and I was not paid to be the cleaner. I cleaned this house. I made it smell like the most beautiful place in the world. At one point I went and I purchased, because the beds were not so, like we washed them and everything, but it was not clean because the guys before me didn't really take care. I went and I purchased in my own money bedding and towels and stuff just to make his life nice, because I love the job and I wanted to give. I didn't want to take. I wanted to give much more than I take. And what happened? I couldn't stop it. Things has been given to me and given to me. So I wanted to give him more. So I made the factory successful because I made myself love. And most of the people will tell you, I hate my job. I had a bad day. I had a bad decade. Are you with me? And then they wonder why their life is bad. Yes. Always giving, and I got something in return. I had a salary. It's not that I did it for free. I got a salary, but I didn't mind if I invest every month or 2 or 3, more than half of my salary into what makes this place even better. It's really the difference. Do you feel that employees, clients, or people in general interrupt you when you speak or even ignore you? Sometimes. Yes. Do you sometimes struggle to get your point across? Whether to your bank manager, supplier, or even a friend or family member. It happens. Sometimes, yes. Why? Why you cannot get your point across? Especially in sales cycles, yes. Why? Why? Why you cannot get your point across? Isn't it weird? Should be simple, no? There is one reason for all those questions that I'm asking you. One reason. Once you will discover it, not if I will tell you, Once you will discover it, that's it. You'll be able to make yourself love anything. You will stop being the effect of life and you will start living, not a second before. Let's continue. Do you have difficulty really listening to others, giving them your full attention? Or on the flip side, do people tell you that you are not listening, even though you feel like you are? You know that if you are married. Yes. Exactly. If you said, no, I'm sure you're not married. Just joking. Have you been in a situation where someone just keep talking and talking and you don't know how to get them to stop and actually listen to you? Do your sales conversations, business talks, or even personal discussions sometimes fall flat and you are not sure how to keep them going? Sometimes, yes. Are you often misunderstood? You're too smart for them? Do you have the situation where most of the people that, or many times people that you talk to are not as sharp as they should be? Yes, you're misunderstood because they're not as sharp as they should be. Do you find it difficult to smoothly and pleasantly start a sales conversation or any important conversation? Exactly. When you are asked tough question by your bank manager, employees, clients, or even family members, and you don't want to answer, do you find it hard to handle the situation easily, smoothly, and quickly? Exactly. Yes. Okay. Have you found yourself in situations where customers, employees, or others change the subject on you? And you're unsure how to bring them back to the original topic without offending them? If you ever had an argument, that resulted in a worse situation, it is only because you failed to bring the other person into the original discussion. You went into all kind of sub-items, sub-time streams. How do you know if this is happening to you? If you had a situation where an argument ended badly. If an argument ended badly, you failed to control the conversation and make sure that you close one cycle, and only one, never two. Only one. If you close one cycle, all the rest will go away. There will never be two. When someone chooses to agree to disagree, it is only agree to not confront, which is one of the actions to become irresponsible. The default, the spirit, knows. So if you know and he knows, it's always agreement, always love, always common reality, always affinity, always understandings. It starts right here. It starts right here. It starts today. The choice is yours. This is an invitation to freedom, to stay or pave a brand new way. It's really up to you. You now, today, can make a decision. But then comes doubt, the familiar sound that quiet voice that circle around. How do I choose? What if I lose? What if I'm wrong again? Is this the right time, the right thing, the right when? And that brings me to this tale of choices made and hearts set sail. A story not just about Moshe, a Jewish guy, but about anyone who stood where you stand today. Stuck, questioning, waiting for a reason, while life keeps slipping, season by season. The year was 1954, Paris, France. Young Moshe stood, caught in life dance. He'd been dating a girl, Genevieve, for quite some time, but now it was decision time. Propose or let go? Stay or let the moment flow? Having worked for the rabbi 5 long years, he gathered his courage, pushed past his fears, and asked, Rabbi, should I propose? Should I marry her? What do you think the rabbi said? If someone come to you and say, hey, should I propose? Should I marry her? What would you say? Yes. No. Yes. No. What do you want to do? Why do you ask? Very smart answer. Okay. Very, 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 very good answers. Here is what the rabbi said. The rabbi paused with knowing eyes and calmly offers his surprise. Moshe, my dear, you are asking a question I can't answer, your mother can't answer, your father, nor any book, nor even your mind can answer. Moshe stood there, stunned, lost between logic and heart, wanting someone, anyone, to tell him where to start. And then the rabbi pointed gently to his heart and said, there is no answer, because an answer implies reason, and reason is always one-sided, while love is all-encompassing. It is the silent urge to share the same space for no reason at all. Love is the silent urge to share the same space for no reason at all. Still confused, still searching, Moshe asked, but how, Rabbi? How do I know? If there's no answer, no reason, no sign to show. And with that timeless smile, the rabbi simply said, you know, that's the absolute truth ahead. Never ask for an answer. Make the situation bow. Your answer is the proof. Your answer is the only now. Never ask how. Create the outcome and let it show it is you that made it so. And here is a part where you realize the story is actually not about Moshe, it is about you. Right now, that same logic traps and holds you too. You've been waiting to invest in you. You've been waiting to decide what you should do. You've been waiting to propose or not. You've been waiting for the magical sign, for a clue. You've been waiting for the perfect time, for the right day, the right sign, a slave to the perfect crime. The perfect crime. This is what's killing you. You've been waiting. You've been waiting. You've been waiting. If you are worried, if you are unhappy, if your character is not what it should be, you've been waiting. But the truth is plain, sharp, and clear. Your breakthrough won't just appear. Don't wait for the universe to give you the breakthrough. To make the situation bow to your stand, you will need to understand. This is the secret. To make the situation bow to your stand, you, not your mind, not your body, not anything, you will need to understand. You'll need to learn to heal, to communicate, for real. It won't happen by waiting, nor by adding time, by adding days, not by logic, reasons why, or some weird mental maze. It comes from investing in you, being source, from making the direct choice, realizing what is the most basic course. What do you think the most basic course is? What is the most basic decision you need to take? What is the most basic course in your life? What is the basic investing in yourself? What is the most basic question that holds you in doubt, that prevents you from closing cycle of action? To know. To be source. I'm the boss myself. Yes, very good answers. What is the most basic course? What is the thing that keep you from closing all these cycles of action? What is the things that prevent you from falling in love with what you should? There's no time like now. Believing that you are the source that make the decision. You being a native state. Yes, me. So here it is, here it is. The basic course, the basic decision, the thing that kills you is to communicate or not. That's the test. It's not to be or not to be. It is to communicate or not. Really. Because if you communicate with something fully, you fall in love with it. You'll understand it. You'll bring it life. You start to hate your wife after you cheated her and you cannot tell her that you cheated her, yes? You cannot communicate. That is always the question, never the rest. All the other questions are just a manifestation of this basic question. The purpose, to propose or not, to advance or fall. Really the same like Moshe, to propose or not, to communicate or not to communicate, to advance or not. To communicate is to give life to one and all. To not communicate is to receive, to become an inheritance case, a trust fund story that results in the weak ones, those who grieve. So communication, if you look at communication, most people think that communication is, if this is me and this is you, most people think communication goes like that. True or false? No, this is not communication. This is an argument. This is no one listening. This is not a communication. This is nonsense. Communication is one-sided. When you communicate, you give, and this guy receives. So to communicate is to give life to one. And if you communicate with the purpose of making him bigger, better, not criticizing him, You give life. And otherwise, you don't communicate, but you're trying to receive while you're communicating. And when you try to receive, you are an inherited case. You're a trust fund story. You become weak. A mentally destroyed being, this is what you will become. One who can't build, who can't grow, the unhappy, the one with no strength to show. If you don't have strength to show, if you have a problem, mental problem, if you cannot breathe, if you cannot grow, you need to understand you did not choose to communicate, even if you are talking, because communication is not talking. And why? Why does anyone choose anything but what is real? Why choose not to communicate when it is clear you are as alive as your communication heals? You are as alive as your communication heals. Why you choose to criticize, to destroy? Why? And this is the most vital part of this ride. The core of this lesson, the truth, you can't hide. Why do people, despite knowing they should, choose not to communicate? Choose to hide? Although they always could, the answer lies in the other side of your past and in front of your future. And hence, it's always out of your sight. And I want to explain to you what do I mean. This is the beginning. This is time. And this is your past. And you are here. This is what you call, laughingly, present time. And this is your future. So far, so good? So this is past, what you call wrongly present time. This is what real to you. And this is your future. Okay? The answer lies in the other side, of your past, which means the answer lies here. In the other side of your past and in front of your future. If you don't create your future, if you are not ahead of your future, you cannot create your future. The answer lies here in front of your future and before your past. And because it's not within what's real to you, because this is what's real to you, it's always out of your sight. Do you understand? So the more you believe in what you see, the more you are stuck in your past, the more you are waiting here to get the universe to give you, the more blind you become. Because the answer is outside of the time stream you are in. The answer is here. The answer is here. Are you with me? I didn't understand, Meir. Okay. So let me just explain it again quickly. Privilege, just tell me quickly if you understand what I'm saying, okay? So do you understand that this is the beginning? This is the beginning of time, yes? And after that, there is ongoing time. So far, so good? Everyone with me? Excellent. Now you will see that if this thing, when something starts, so it started with 2, and then there was 4, and then there was 16, and then there was more thing, and as time goes, you build past. Is that true for you? Is that true that this is your past? And you consider that you are somewhere here. This is your present time. But there is some future that you can envision. You can envision a day ahead, a minute ahead, a second ahead. You can envision sometimes that is real to you. But the answer is not here in what you can see. And it's not here in what you can see. It's not in what you can see from the past. It's not what you can see in the future. The answer is in what creating the past. You, this is the spiritual universe. This you create from here. So the answer is out of what is real to you. It's not within your past. It's not within your future. It's before the past, which is here, and after the future. Everyone with me? Do you understand? Okay. So the answer is out of your view. So you need someone exterior. You need someone to be exterior to your view that can tell you, hold on, this is the spiritual universe. This is your past. This is what's real for you for the future. And let me take you, this is you and your eyes. Let me take you and show you that there is something here and there is something here. That's why you have two eyes. One to look before the beginning and one after the past, after the future. Are you with me? It's really amazing. To progress, you will have to remove your past, starting with just for a moment, fast. And the magic is this. So you need to remove your past. You need to remove your past, and you start with just you have this realization. Just for a moment, you are here, and just for a moment, you are exterior, and you see that thing, and you have a cognition. So just for a moment, you have a cognition, you have a win, you have an exteriorization. You have this just for a moment, and then you're starting for a little bit more. And the magic is this. The magic is this. Without the past, if you don't have the past, there is no future delay, further delay. And at that moment, you realize you stand in front of your future. You roll the future. You are ahead of the future today. So in order to actually control your future, in order for actually to create your future, you need to be ahead of your past, not to delete your past, because it's a lot to delete. Billions of years. It's not to delete your past. It's not to remove your past. It's to become senior to your past, to be ahead before your past. Are you with me? So the purpose is not to delete the past, because what are we going to add a lie to say there was no past? Even if it is an illusion, we still need to know there was an illusion, yes? Even if it had no continuation, you need to be ahead before your past so you can create the future. I will show you how to do it for a moment, then for two, and soon you recovered your willingness to demonstrate it true and true. I will show you for a moment. It's like bicycle. I need to show you for a moment, and then for two, and then you will see that you recover your willingness to demonstrate it true and true. So all we need is a second of you, a specific realization, a very, very specific realization. I'm ahead of the future. It's very hard for you to even say it. I'm ahead of the future. I'm before my past. But that's the purpose. Only at that point, you will be the real you. Only at that point, what you do will release, not jail you. Otherwise, everything you do, it will make you worse and worse and worse. How do I know? You go towards death. Everyone going to die. Only at that point, what you have will be new. What will it take? 7 days. No more delay. 7 days. No more delay. Total immersion, a step beyond this universe into the real illusion. In 7 days, that's what will happen. You will be before your past, ahead of your future, but it has to be total immersion. You cannot write notes while I'm teaching. You cannot answer text or have your phone open, even on, while you're doing the drills. You cannot. It has to be total immersion. You need to do what you do when you're doing it. And you will be outside of this universe and into the real illusion. A shift so deep, it breaks the curse, wakes you up from the long, deep sleep. It will take knowing that you have known wrong. You really will have to understand that it's not that you didn't know, you know wrong. You forcefully know wrong. So it will take knowing that you know wrong that led you to prioritizing now instead of prioritizing beyond the future. So what do I mean prioritizing now? People that have nice bodies go to the gym, so they're prioritizing the future over now. They don't say, well, I'm prioritizing now. No, you prioritizing the future over now. You don't care if you don't feel comfortable now. You fall in love with what you need to do because you want something in the future. It will take knowing that you have known wrong that led you to prioritizing now the opposite of what you need to do instead of prioritizing beyond the future, before the past. The only place where you truly belong. It will result in the willingness to do, and only then to understand. It will result in the willingness to do. I will tell you to do things. You will first have to do the drills. You will first have to do, and then you will understand, because you will not be able to understand by looking at those things. You will need to do, and then you'll understand. It will take full participation, no holding back. You will move into the other side of your past and in front of your future of the whole track. You're really going to change the way you look at time. In front of your fate, with nothing fake, with nothing to hate. Totally free, no more mental weight. But free from what? Free from change that forces you to fight. For as long as you deal with change, you are in effect. It forces you to fight because change happened before you. You always react to change. Free to what? Free to create. So if you are not fighting the change, you will be able to create. Free to create the day and night, the wrong and right. This is an invitation. This is an honor, a map, not just a seminar, but the only way back. It is an invitation to the process that your attention will unstick and ignite, and by that will bring you back. Back in communication, back in creation, back to you, directing your attention, not something else, back to you directing your intention, back to you granting your attention, back to you without any hesitation. Right now, if you look at how many meetings you've been at that had no actual results, waste of time, how many actions you've done that are waste of time for years and years and years. Why? Because you are not granting your attention. Your attention is grabbed. You are not directing your intention. It's really amazing. August 17th to 23rd, Toronto is the place. And the cost now, 12,370. Name your pace. So this is the cost. Of course, if you are an inner circle member, you've got 35% discount. If you are on the Soul Coffee, you have 10% discount. And that will be the cheapest, the most effective investment you ever done. The best return on investment. Ask people that done it before and you will see. Now, if you are new to major seminars, it will cost you only 4290 to claim your place, to claim your space. So if you want to change your life, if you really want to stop the doubt, if you are ready to propose, this is the invitation for you. But if you are new, you will have to do preparation. If you will not do the preparation, even if you paid, you will not be welcomed. It's all in US dollars. How do you sign up? You go to gprosperity.com/Toronto. So 17th to 23rd, Sheraton Parkway, Toronto. The price is $14,977. But for the next 24 hours, it's $12,370. If you're new to a major seminar, for the next 24 hours only, the price is going to go up. You know that. The price is $4290, and you will get material and seminars and webinars at a value, declared value of $1,000, but actual value of $1 billion, because it will save your life. Thank you very much for attending. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Canada. If you have any problems with how to pay, how to attend, what you need to do, DM me or DM Gal. If you're thinking of not coming, don't go to the rabbi. Make the decision. Make the decision. You've been waiting for way too long, and you don't have much time left. So make the decision. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I love you, everyone. Mwah.